Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Brett Young, and my new song, Drink With You, is a tale as old as time. It's a song about exes that after a little bit of time, they forget why they broke up, and they think it would be a good idea to go out drinking together. Fall back into bad habits, wipe the slate clean the next day, go a couple months and think it's cool to make that phone call again. And it's just the story about how hard it is to let a breakup fully take, and I think we can all relate. I think my favorite line in Drink With You is actually the top of the chorus. It says, "Girl, I know the way this goes down." I think everybody's gone through the breakup where you immediately after you break up, you forget all the bad stuff and you think it's cool to hang out platonically again. Then you fall back into your old ways, you regret that decision, and a little bit of time passes and one of you has the great idea to reach out to the other again, and you have to finally have that honest conversation with each other that we know what happens, nothing is fixed, nothing has changed, and we're just dragging out this breakup. And so I think while it's such a basic line, I think there's so much behind it that people can relate to. Sometimes it's hard to get over somebody, especially when you haven't replaced them with somebody new yet. And hanging out with an ex never seems to be a good idea, especially when there's alcohol involved. My wife and I, we've been married a little while, but we've been together off and on for 17 years. And one of the things that over time we both kind of fell more and more in love with was bourbon whiskey. I was always able to enjoy a good glass of red wine with my wife, but when she got into whiskey, that's when we really started to enjoy diving into it and figuring out what our favorites were and why, and going on tastings and things like that. It's a little bit stereotypical in country music, but our go-to is whiskey. So 3 drinks that transport me back in time. 1 brings me back to college. Couldn't afford much, and we would always get a bottle of really cheap Chenin Blanc at the grocery store. That tastes like college baseball to me, always will. Another one is beer. First drink I ever had, my uncle gave me a cap full of beer. I was too young probably, and I'll forever credit him for not liking the taste of beer still as an adult. And the last is whiskey. Brown liquor. I was never a fan of the taste of alcohol, but something about the caramel kind of earthy notes of whiskey that I fell in love with that hung on, and it became my regular. It'll always transport me back to starting in music and playing the bars and restaurants in Southern California. I'll never forget the first time I heard one of my songs on the radio. Actually, it was my first single, Sleep Without You. And we got to play a big festival in Southern California where I'm from, and had a couple of days off afterwards. And we're driving from the desert back to Huntington Beach to see my parents. And right as we were leaving this big festival, which was like a full circle moment for me already, I get in the car and I'm driving back to see my parents. Sleep Without You came on. And I remember thinking, looking around at all the cars next to me on the freeway, wondering, are they listening to country radio right now? Because if so, they don't even know I'm right here. I'm next to them, and this is my song. It was a pretty cool feeling.